We'll just start on the mat with your feet flat on the ground. And just take a moment there just to slowly rock your knees side to side. And notice your spine and your sacrum, your low back. Just notice it onto the ground. Just rock your knees side to side. And then coming back to center, let's place our feet a little bit closer to our bottom, and we're going to lift our hips, holding ourselves up into bridge, walking your shoulder blades underneath you. And here, all I'm doing is getting my glutes and my hamstrings just to fire up, strengthening my low back, and also taking a lot of pressure out of your low back. If it's too much to hold and you have a block close by, you can place the block underneath your low back. You can rest there, releasing all of the tension and the pressure that we carry on our low back. And again, just slowly rocking the hips side to side. And coming back to neutral. If your hips are still lifted or you have the block underneath you, we're going to release the block and lower your hips back down to the ground. From here, let's extend our left leg out and take your right knee, hug it into your chest, passing your fingertips over top of your shin, and hug your knee nice and tight. Let's create some rotations in our ankle. So rotating your ankle around in all directions. Place your right hand on your right knee and take your knee and kind of pull it over to the side, back to center, over to the side, back to center. And then take your right leg up to the ceiling. Hands can clasp behind the hamstring and press your right heel to the ceiling. You should feel this nice stretch through the back of the leg. Point your toes. Flex. Point. And flex. You can stay here. If you'd like to get a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can walk your hands up to your calf and kind of hold on to your leg, getting a little bit of a deeper stretch into the glute hamstring connection. And then from here, lower down. And let's slowly lower our right leg down to the mat. Just take your time. Take your left knee, hug it in. Hands over top of your shin. Pull your knee into your chest. Rotate your ankle around, both directions. Place your left hand onto your left knee and then open your hip to the side. And back to center. And over to the side. And back to center. Last one. And back to center. Let's take our left leg up to the ceiling. Hands behind your hamstring and press your heel to the ceiling. Point your toes. Heel. And toes. You can stay here, otherwise take your hands onto your calf or your ankle for a little bit of a deeper stretch into the hamstring. Let's slowly lower yourself down and lower your leg all the way down to the mat. Bend your knees, place your feet flat on the ground, and we're slowly going to windshield wiper our knees side to side, just a little bit deeper this time. So just rocking side to side. Coming back to center, lift both legs to the ceiling, anchoring your tailbone into the ground, pressing your heels to the ceiling. If you notice that this will hurt your low back, you can bend your knees slightly or keep your legs straight. We're going to slowly lower our legs down to the ground. Just nice and slow, making sure that you don't arch on your low back. Keep your back pressed into the ground. Slowly lower down. And from there, tuck your knees in. And we'll do that again twice more. Legs to the ceiling. Knees can be bent or straight. And slowly lower yourself down. Nice and slow. Good, and tuck your knees in. Last one, legs to the ceiling. And lower down, nice and slow. And hug your knees in. Taking your arms over top of your shins, grabbing onto your wrists, your forearms, your elbows. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze, rocking side to side. I love this. This is fantastic for the hip flexors. If you focus on squeezing yourself nice and tight and then driving your tailbone down to the ground, you'll feel a great stretch in the hip flexors. Let's let our legs go. Place your feet flat on the mat. And again, press your heels down, lift your hips. Let your hamstrings and your glutes relax. And let your low back do the work. Good. Slowly lower yourself down. Let's take our right foot and cross it over top of your left thigh. And all we're going to do is think about pressing our knee away from us, getting a nice stretch in our hip, TFL, glutes. Just holding here, pressing your knee away from you. Now, maintaining this position, grab onto your right ankle with your left hand and drop everything over to the side. You can take your right arm out to the side, anchor it down, and twist through the whole right side body. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lifting your knee back to center. Lowering your foot down. And same thing the other side. Taking your foot, crossing it over top of your thigh. And then pressing your knee away from you. Take your right hand, grab onto your ankle, and drop everything over to the right side. Left palm can come out and over. And creating a nice twist using your breath, inhaling and exhale. We'll slowly come back to center. Release your left foot. And windshield wiper your knees again, side to side, nice and slow. Let's take our feet nice and wide on the mat. Drop your knees in. Just holding your legs as they are, knees as they are. You should feel this in through your glutes and your hips and the sides of your body. And from here, you'll make a little windshield wiper. Drop one knee, open the other. Drop one knee. Just rotate back and forth. Let's place our heels together and knees open. And from here, let's take our ribs and press them down. Your knees might lift a little bit, but you'll have a fantastic stretch through your hip flexors and your groin. So thinking about pressing your tailbone down. And slowly lift your knees in. And then one last time, open the knees open. Tailbone drops down, pubic bone forward. Good, and lifting your knees back to center. Let's take our knees in, grabbing onto your wrists. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. See if you can lift your forehead towards your knees. Hug yourself in as tight as you can. And exhale, lowering down. Let's take our right leg out and our left leg out. Just extend both legs and just rock your feet side to side, letting your femur naturally rotate within its socket. Bring your feet together. Bending your right knee, crossing over top of your thigh. Dropping your knee open to one side. Good, and extending your leg out. Left leg, bring it in, grabbing onto your foot, crossing over top of your thigh or your hip flexor and driving your knee down. And letting your legs go. And one last time, just giving those feet a little rock out. And then using your stomach muscles, chin to chest, will slowly sit up. Thank you, everyone, for joining. That concludes our little back stretch today. I hope you have a wonderful day.